So greetings everybody and welcome back to the Austin Lindsay channel. So this video is a tad off from photography, but every photographer I know uses a monitor these days, so I thought this still was kind of a fitting video to do. So my old monitor arm, this is my old monitor arm. It pretty much drove me crazy because it would wobble every time I moved it. It was tough to move because of the build quality, and the arm usually was like stretched out way farther from the pole, and all that weight was far from the base, so everything kind of just wiggled a lot more than I wanted it to. So this company, Huanuo, I don't really know how to pronounce it, they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do a review of this monitor arm. This is the HNSS48 monitor arm, and judging by the website, this is also known as the Titan. So this comes in an RGB version with lights and a non-RGB version without lights. I was kind of under the impression they were going to send out the RGB version, so I was pretty excited about that. That being said, like all good YouTube reviewer videos, everything here is my own opinions, and they don't get to review the video before I post it live, and they don't get to tell me what things to say. So I have traditionally liked these straight pole style monitor arms, and I was sort of taken back by the Titan shape, kind of the arm shape, when they first reached out, but I thought I would give it a try. So let me give you some technical specs first, and then I'll give you my actual thoughts on the mount itself. It's the model HNSS48, and the RGB version is the HSN48B. It's designed for ultra-wide monitors from 17 inches up to 49 inches, and the supported screen weight range is from 6.6 pounds all the way up to 40 pounds, and it uses a VESA mount or VESA pattern of 75 by 75 millimeters, and there's holes for also 100 by 100 millimeters. So the mounting type is a dual C-clamp style out of the box with an optional grommet mount if you wanted to drill a hole in your desk or something like that. It's designed to work with standard computer desks. Looking at this design and this monitor mount, there's quite a range of desks that this would fit onto. So for movement, the arm can tilt while it's facing at you from 50 degrees positive or negative, and then the arm can swivel around your desk a full 180 degree sweep, and then the monitor itself can rotate 360 degrees, so you can do horizontal or portrait style landscapes with your monitors. And then the arm can extend forward to you up to 24.8 inches from the mounting point. The arm is built from a high strength aluminum alloy with a reinforced VESA head, thicker arms, and a wider base, and it weighs about 12.91 pounds. So I don't get to spend a ton of time with this arm before actually posting this review, but in the last few days that I have been using it, it seems to have solved a lot of my problems. So my previous monitor stand had the arm generally stretched way out from the pole. I would have it sideways, and then I would have my monitor kind of outstretched this way, and so it would wiggle and move a lot, but that was the easiest way to actually get the monitor to move from the base. So this design of the Huanuo, it puts the weight over the base, so it moves way less. And when I have pulled out further away towards my face, there is substantially less wiggle than the straight pull arm that I had been using. So my old monitor arm has a similar foldback on itself design. The Huanuo has a larger pipe and socket type design, for lack of a better term, and because everything is so robust, when I move this arm, it feels more like everything kind of has like a smooth rotating feel rather than like a twisty, tensiony feel that this one has. Another thing I like is that the pole is not straight up in the way. So when I push this thing back all the way, it goes back further against the wall because there's not a pole for this portion to knock up against. There's also a nice counterweight spring inside that makes the monitor easy to lift up and down. My previous one was not terrible at this, but it always struggled moving the monitor up and down because of the spring size, and it would move and then settle a lot. With this Huanuo one, I can move it wherever I want, and there's like no settling into position. It kind of feels like what I imagine that super expensive Apple stand movement is like, but this one's at a fraction of the price. So the thing I hated most about this monitor arm is when I would tilt this thing back to get a good angle on my monitor, this thing would slowly start drifting down towards the desk. There is a bolt here on either side to tighten, but it's only friction based. And so I could only get it so tight, I would be tweaking this thing as tight as I could and it would still drift down. The Huanuo monitor has like teeth in it or something. There's clicks whenever I rotate it back, so I can tilt the monitor back and it just stays. I can't even push it downward. I can release the bolts on the side and then it'll readjust or whatever. But I love the fact that I can tilt it back and it clicks into place and just stays. Okay, here's another weird thing that I've noticed while using the Huanuo. I used to arch my back in my chair while working at my desk while using my previous monitor. I bought a new chair a few months back and I was thinking that maybe I just needed to replace the chair because I just wasn't used to it. But since using the Huanuo monitor, I have not done this weird archy back thingy. I'm not sure if the two are correlated, but I'm thinking it's maybe because I can put the Huanuo exactly where I want it and it caters to me and where I'm sitting, and I don't have to like wait for it to settle or know that it's drifting or tilting weird and then I change towards it. So I don't know if the two are related, but that's just kind of a interesting thought I had noticed while kind of making this video. So overall, even though they gave me this monitor mount for free, I would highly recommend it to anyone who's out there looking. I think it's an amazing monitor. I'm super happy that I have it. So that's all for this one. Thank you, Huanuo, for sending this one out. If you guys do have any questions, leave them in the comments field. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks everyone for watching.